Day 147 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. I hope y'all are well rested from yesterday, and I hope y'all are ready to do this Leet problem that we have here today. We're finishing up the LeetCode strings. We were doing about a month of easy string problems. We're almost done. We probably have about 4 or 5 more days of that, and then we'll be moving into easy hash maps and dictionaries, y'all. So get ready for that. But right now we're still on easy strings. We're finishing up, and this is the problem that we have today. It's one of those easy strings that we want to do in order to strengthen our fundamentals and really have a foundation to build off of as we go down our LeetCode journey. So before we get started, y'all, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. Then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we could run up this engagement and we could push this content out to more people, so we could do our part as Swift community members to get more people interested in the Swift community as a whole and the Swift programming language, y'all. We're trying to build a Swift community, and in order to do that, we need to support each other and encourage each other and push this Swift content out to as many people as possible, y'all. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 680, valid palindrome 2. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know if you've been on this channel before, we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible because we're all here trying to learn something. And if you don't understand the code that was written, the chances of you learning anything are slim, and that is not what we want. So let's see what the question says. It says, given a string S, return true if the S can be palindrome after deleting at most 1 character from it. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go through the examples just in case, right? So right now we're at example 1. We have an input as ABA. The output is true because S can be a palindrome after deleting at most 1 character, right? So that means at most 1 character, meaning we don't have to delete any characters, but if we do have to delete a character, the most amount of characters we can delete is 1. But in this case, we don't have to delete any characters because ABA is a palindrome. And if you're not sure what a palindrome is, it's a word or a string that can be spelled the same way forward and backwards. Just in case you missed, we already did valid palindrome 1, so where we explain what a palindrome is. So in case you missed that, a palindrome is just a string or a word that can be spelled forward the same as backwards. So you can spell ABA forward. ABA is going to be spelled the same forward and backwards. You spell it forward, it's ABA. You spell it backwards, it's ABA. And that's what a palindrome is. And we want to see if we can create a palindrome after deleting at most 1 character, as we'll see in example 2. So in example 2, we're on example 2 now. Example 2, we have the input S equals a string ABCA. The output is true because the explanation says you could delete the character C. So we're allowed to delete 1 character. And if we delete C, then we'll have ABA again, which is, we already know ABA is a palindrome from example 1, right? So this is no different. We delete C because we're allowed to delete at most 1 character. We delete C, we're left with ABA, and that is a palindrome, so that's why the output is true. So let's look at example 3 where it might be false, right? So in example 3, we have input S equals ABC. The output is false because even if we delete the C, we'll be left with AB. AB is not a palindrome because forward is AB, but backwards is BA, right? So that's not a palindrome. If we delete if we delete the B, that would be AC. AC is not a palindrome because forward is AC, but backwards is CA. And then if we delete the A, we'd be left with BC, but BC is not a palindrome either because forward it would be BC and backwards it would be CB, which is why there are no valid palindromes in this string, even if we delete 1 character, which is why the output is false. So now that we understand what the question is asking, let's get into the fun part, the actual code. Code is not that difficult at all, so let's get into it. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to declare a variable. We're going to just call that S, and we're going to set that equal to an array of S. So we're going to turn this string right here that they give us S, and we're going to turn it into an array of S, and we're just going to keep it named the same thing, S. We're going to keep it named S. We're just going to turn it into an array instead of a string, so we could it'll be easier to work with when we're moving and deleting characters. So then we're going to come down here, we're going to declare another variable called left. We're going to set that equal to 0. Then we're going to declare another variable called right. We're going to set that equal to s.count minus 1. Then we're going to come down here, right, and we're going to create a helper function, but we're going to create this function inside of this function, right? But it's going to be a helper function, really. So we're going to say func. Remember, it's still inside this big function right here. So we're going to say func check is valid. Open up the parentheses, underscore. We're going to say L. That's going to be an int, comma. Then we're going to do the same thing for right. We're going to do underscore R, colon. That's going to be an int as well. And we are going to return a bool. Open up the brackets. We're going to say declare variable L equals L. Then we're going to come down here, do the same thing for right. We're going to say declare variable R is equal to R. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say while L is less than R and S of L, so S square brackets with the L inside, equal sign, S square brackets with the R inside. Then we're going to come outside of those square brackets, open up the brackets, and we are going to say, excuse me, y'all, this should be while. Open up those brackets, and we are going to say L plus equals 1, and we're going to say R minus equals 1. Then we're going to come outside of that while loop, and we are going to say return L greater than or equal to, excuse me, this should be an L right here. L is greater than or equal to R. And this is going to, remember guys, this is going to return a Boolean if it's true or false. Then we're going to come back outside of this function right here. We're going to come back into the original function, and we are going to say while left is less than right. Then we're going to open up the brackets. Open up the brackets. We're going to say if S, open up the square brackets, left, S of left does not equal, so exclamation point, equal sign, S, open up the square brackets, put the right inside, come outside of those square brackets, open up the brackets, regular brackets, press enter. We are going to say, so if S of left does not equal S of right, we are going to say return check is valid. So we're going to call this function that we just created. We're going to say return check is valid, open up the parentheses, left plus 1 comma right. Then we're going to come outside of that, outside of those parentheses, we're going to say or, excuse me, then we're going to say check is valid, open up the parentheses, left comma right plus 1. Oh, excuse me, that should be a minus 1, sorry. Then we're going to come outside of those brackets, and we are going to say left plus equals 1, right minus equals 1. Then we're just going to come down here outside of this function, and we're going to say return true. That should be all she wrote, y'all. Let's run it. Make sure it runs. Let's see, make sure there's no typos, and it's accepted, y'all. So let's submit it, make sure it stays submitted. Let's see, or stays accepted. Let's see. Okay, oh, look at that, y'all. 99 millisecond speed, 77.70% of users with Swift, y'all. Now, those are some good numbers right there. That's what I like to see, y'all. And I hope y'all learned something today. Hold on, before we leave, get one more look at the code, just in case you didn't get it all the first time. Get one more look at it. One more look at it. And yeah, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode.